everybody. Thank you for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'm looking at a really cool small press book, HALB HALB, which is German for half half, which is thematically, resonant with the book in that it's always kind of like these split compositions like this. This is by a really cool artist, Leo Quievreux, I believe is how the name's pronounced, and it's published by Magma Bruta. It looks like a three-color risograph, I think. And one of the cool things about it is with this idea of half-half, it's not quite half-half, but it's a dual language book. So it's published in English and German. But it's not that it has like both things in there at once. It's just that the character seems multilingual, and like the narrator's multilingual and will switch back and forth between English and German. And so it came with this like translation card, and most of it's in English, but every now and then it switches into German, and then you can see which page you're on and get the translation. And the same for German readers. So It Was Daylight is Es war hell, and then A Dream, Ein Traum. It also has this, I don't know what this is, but it's like a little, I don't know, like a little clothing tag inside of it. That's kind of cool. And then it's put together like with these like fishing wire, which is interesting. It seems like hand stitched. I'm surprised it's not just a stapled book, but it's obviously kind of really handcrafted, which is nice. The story, I don't think there's much of a story. It's really the art that drives it for me. It's very surreal. What I took away from it, and I could be wrong, but I took away that this is like a visual diary of someone's like emotional responses to COVID, and it seems like maybe they like had to travel during that time. Like the art's really cool. You can see that just like these amazing designs all over, just visually compelling stuff. And you get vibes off of it, and they're referring to Omicron and things like that. But there's very little, language on each page, and it's more poetic. And so that's what I took away from it, is like this is a journal of someone's trip in COVID, and these might be like little scenes that they remember from their day or something, or like visual representations of how they were feeling on the day. In the middle, again, you get it's like a mirror. So this half. But I don't know quite what to make of the narrative of the book. So if that's not your thing, then maybe don't get this. But if you can handle something more vague, and you really like the compelling art and the design of it all, and you want to puzzle through something a little bit more, this is a really, really cool book. I think you can, see from the art that it's really awesome. And I know I'm not the most careful reader in terms of like interpreting this kind of work, so I'd be really interested to hear from other people who got it, what they made of it. Like I said, to me, it looks like someone who's a journal of someone who's having to do travel during COVID. There's obviously this character that's like swimming on the cover with the goggles, but that doesn't show up too much. So I don't know. I'd like to hear from you all if you've read this, and let me know what you think about it. One of the best ways that you can support what we're doing here on the channel is to support the books that Sean's putting out through Living the Line. The first book that he put out is The Strange Death of Alex Raymond. It's a collaboration between Dave Sim and myself. The book was recently nominated for an Eisner Award in the Best Reality-Based category. It's a deep dive into the artwork and methods of Alex Raymond and the mystery surrounding his death in a car crash. So if you haven't grabbed that already, please do. There's also Yokoyama Yuichi's Plaza, which is a totally intense manga by an artist who has somehow figured out how to distill manga down to its purest essence. This book was successfully funded on Kickstarter, but if you missed the Kickstarter, you can order it through any comic store, any bookstore, Amazon, any place that you would normally get your graphic novels from. The Abolition of Man is a 5-issue mini-series done by myself and Sean in collaboration with the Midjourney AI. What you're seeing here is the cover to issue 1 and the first couple pages of issue 1. This first issue, we fed it an essay by C.S. Lewis, and this is just the imagery that the computer spat back at us. Issues 2 and 3 are a narrative, starting with the story that I wrote when I was 21, and then Sean's going to write issue 3
picking up where I left off. In this one, I'm kind of trying to force the AI to give me the images I want, and then doing some tweaking in Photoshop to get these kind of colored looks on it. For issue 4, we're turning the task of writing over to the AI as well. So the AI has written the script, and then we've just put that into the Midjourney AI, and it's turned out art. The script and the art is some of the absolutely most horrific stuff I've ever seen. We're a bit scared to even publish this issue. And I don't have any art to show for it yet, but Sean and I have decided to do a 5th issue of Abolition as well, because we have someone who we're really, really excited to have on board, providing an essay for that 5th issue that we'll illustrate, and we'll announce more about that soon.
Thanks for following along. Take it away, Jack.
You want to see all these books? Smash that subscribe button and the like button and the bell, and then you get them.